Hi, and welcome today to how to use a z-table, or what we call a standard normal probabilities table. We're going to be using z-scores, and we're going to use the table to find a percent. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk about how the table in the yellow, you see those are all the probabilities, or the area under the curve, and the pink to the left-hand side column there, those are all the z-scores. They all happen to be positive. And then across the very top are also z-scores to the 100th. This happens to be a table that only has positive z-scores, which is really common, but we also see tables with positive and negative z-scores. So I'm going to show you how to find the probability just using a table with positive z-scores. So we're going to draw a normal curve, and like all standard normal curves, z is in the center. One standard deviation away would give us a z of positive 1. And the mean would also be in the center of this graph. This graph, again, has a beautiful symmetry about it. And today we're going to try to find the probability of if you have a z value of greater than 1, what's the chance of that happening, or what's the area shaded under the curve greater than 1. And so we're going to go to the table. We're going to go down the left-hand column to where we see 1.0, and we're going to choose 0, 0 at the top, so it's really 1.00, and we can see that that area says it's 84%. Now we can tell from our picture that that is not 84% shaded. To the right of one z-score is actually 1 minus 84, and that's because our table reads from all the way left tail up to the z-score that you want. And so essentially on the left side of that shaded region is 84%. So the right side of that shaded region is about 15.8% or 16%. Next, let's try to find a z of negative 1.4, and we'll go to the left of that. So how can we use a table with only positive z-scores to figure that out? So we're going to draw and shade. Somewhere between negative 1 and negative 2 is negative 1.4, and we're going to shade to the left because the z-scores are getting smaller. It's okay still to go to a table that only has positive z-scores. We're going to go down to 1.4, and again, we see that that value right there turns out to be about 92%. And again, this isn't 92% shaded, but like I said, the table goes from the left all the way to the right in the z-score that we provided. Well, the z-score that we provided was positive 1.4, but we wanted negative 1.4. So we're going to just have to mentally flip this table around, or we'll flip the graph around, and we can tell that that shading is just 1 minus 0.91, and so we end up with a value of about 9% shaded. Thanks for listening.